the studio to talk hurling. Tomas, who's going to win this one?
I would go for Kilkenny, but it wouldn't surprise me if Offaly actually won this game, because Kilkenny are carrying a few injuries into the game, Michael, and this is the biggest game of the year for me. As All-Ireland champions, your next championship match is the big game, and if their attitude isn't right, and if they're not up for this game, I'm sure that Offaly are going to test them to the limit, because Offaly's taken 2 big hidings last year, and they should benefit from that and spur themselves on. I think Offaly need to improve on big time from last year, and we'd hope to see a good game.
Michael Duignan, the inside view from the county. Are Offaly up for this?
Yeah, from what I hear, Offaly haven't been up for a game maybe for the last 3 or 4 years like they are for this one. I expect Michael Bond is a brilliant tactician. There'll be major changes in the Offaly team in my opinion. Brian Whelan will start cornerback, I think, with Simon on the wing. Johnny Pilkington will play centre forward, Gary Hannafy wing forward, Johnny Dooley centre field, and they'll have their homework done. They're playing Kilkenny. Against anybody else they might play as they're selected, but they have their homework done. They know where they fell down last year, and that's what they're going to try to rectify. But you know, as if Offaly are 100% committed, they have a chance. And if all their key men who are playing brilliantly in training, Kevin Martin, Brian Whelan, Johnny Pilkington, Johnny Dooley, they're all in top form, 100% fit, so I give Offaly a great chance.
Okay, we saw 2 key men from the Kilkenny side there. Brian Cody, the manager, he's done all he's able to do at this stage for them, and DJ Carey starting on the Kilkenny lineup today. Cyril Farrell is with Ger Canning and Croke Park. We say good afternoon to both of you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much indeed, Michael. Welcome indeed to Croke Park. Big atmosphere, huge crowd, over 40,000. And let's take a check on the team, starting with Kilkenny. It's a very strong-looking Kilkenny, with 13 members of last year's All-Ireland final team starting. But the 2000 captain is missing, Willie O'Connor being replaced by J. Delaney at left corner back. The half-back line is unchanged, while in midfield, Canis Brennan, who replaced Brian McAvoy last year, is of age. Quick check on the Offaly team. That's the 15 who will start. They've lost 2 of their corner forwards through retirement, of course. But apart from that, it's much the same panel that reached last year's All-Ireland final. Hubert Rigney this afternoon at corner back. John Troy back at full forward. Michael Wadding from Waterford is the referee this afternoon. And I think we can expect Hubert Rigney to be picking up Henry Shefflin, and Simon Wheelahan may well pick up Charlie Carter. Little switches here and there early on.
Yeah, Joe, that will happen for definite. They'll follow them around, and DJ will do a little squad movement as well.
Well, Kilkenny haven't an awful lot of hurling done in recent weeks because of a lot of injuries. And if they are to fall down at the first attempt here, well, there's one team you can always depend upon to put the skids under them, as Johnny Pilkington fires that one in, but fires it wide. And it's going to be interesting to see, Cyril, whether we get a change. I think we have straight away. Johnny Pilkington has gone in to centre-half forward, and Johnny Dooley has gone to midfield.
That's right, Jay. And Gary Hannafy has gone wing forward, and 2 cornerbacks have switched as well.
No great surprises as Johnny Dooley gets this one out, but not terribly far. Second chance, nicely picked up here. That's Brendan Murphy. Very good player, stopped by James McGarry, who's a first cousin of DJ Carey. So much expected of DJ, but he hasn't a lot of hurling done because of a litany of injuries. Here's Charlie Carter, and Charlie has put this one over the bar.
That's the first chance Kilkenny have gotten that scored.
Well, they have won the last 2 matches by 11 points and 13 points against Offaly. Leinster final last year, All-Ireland final here. The hand pass by Canis Brennan out as far as Charlie Carter from the Young Irelands, and it went over the bar. Canis Brennan under this one. Whipped forward here by John Hoyne, who switched across to left half forward. Barry Wheelahan in midfield, plays there for his club. And that's John Hoyne from Greg Ballycallum, taking too many steps with that one, and it'll be a free to Offaly. Johnny Pilkington, great character. But speculation that if Offaly go out of the championship at this early stage, this could well be Johnny Pilkington's last game in the Offaly colours. Meanwhile, Johnny Dooley, 65 metres out. He looks confident, he's accurate, he's put it over, and the teams are level.
Good start for Offaly because they're actually playing against it. Whatever breeds in the dirt, they're playing against them. Johnny Dooley will fight at home midfield.
Well, there is this theory, Cyril, that if you're going to beat Kilkenny at all in the championship, and nobody could beat them last year, it could well be at the early stages.
No doubt about that, Ger.
Johnny Pilkington against Eamon Kennedy. Pilkington forward. Brendan Murphy not making any contact with it. A lot of pressure there on Michael Kavanagh. And that's going to be a free to Kilkenny. Kilkenny's fullback this afternoon, Noel Hickey, of course. He is from Dunnamaggin, an all-star. This is what happened just moments ago here with Hickey involved, fouled, free taken rapidly. Broken down by John Carr, 35 years of age now. Out towards Canis Brennan, flying in there, could have gone anywhere. Henry Shefflin's after it. Rigney's chasing after him. Still Shefflin. Going to dish it out to DJ Carey. Couldn't get a decent strike on it. Dennis Byrne making a more favourable angle for himself, but he couldn't steer it on target, and that's gone wide. Dennis Byrne from Greg Ballycallan is the Kilkenny captain this year. This was Henry Shefflin. A lot of good work there. Strong lad, very difficult to dispossess. And then in came Byrne, and that was his opportunity, but spurned. Stephen Byrne here had a horrible experience, been beaten 5 times in the All-Ireland final. It's missed by Philly Larkin. Eamon Kennedy had a very good year last time around. Kevin Martin, the Offaly captain. Forward there by Johnny Pilkington, into space, but there's nobody there for it. Noel Hickey rolling it up onto the stick. John Troy getting a little block on it. And the referee saw a foul, and it's going to be a free out for Kilkenny. John Troy protesting.
Interesting today, Ger, see how this young JJ Delaney plays. In Kilkenny, I'd say it was a surprise selection in the sense that most people would expect Johnny Butler to get cornerback, but Delaney must be good to get ahead of Butler.
Well, he's a very promising young player, JJ Delaney, just 19 years of age. First cousin of PJ Delaney, son of Shem, who was a member of the Kilkenny panel in 1974. Barry Wheelahan trying to hold on to that one. It comes to Charlie Carter instead. 45 metres out, Charlie going for another score. And that has gone over. 2 shots now by Charlie Carter, 2 points, and it's 2 points to 1. The champions leading here against their great rivals in Leinster. And Charlie looks really, really sharp early on.
Interesting, Ger, to see with the selection, see Brian Whelan inside cornerback.
Right now, Brian Whelan is in there on Charlie Carter. This is JJ Delaney going back there, put under pressure by Rory Hannafy. It comes out to Eamon Kennedy. Good clearance up towards John Hoyne. Taken well. Pressure here on Kevin Keenahan. DJ's in there, so too is the goalkeeper. In some trouble, needing assistance, and it's Brian Whelan who gets it away. Out as far as Johnny Dooley. Only one of the Dooley brothers playing this year. And that was Peter Barry who was fouled, and it's going to be a free to Kilkenny once again. And they're bringing up Eamon Kennedy, who had drifted deep to take this free, and Gary Hannafy has his number noted by the referee for that last foul. Kennedy hit it. He's going for it himself. He's put it over the bar. Well, that will do his confidence a great deal of good, and this is 6th championship match. He's made it 3-1. Michael Bond here, the Offaly manager, second term in charge, of course. Very hot day here in Dublin. Offaly get it into their inside forward line, in towards Gary Hannafy and Rory Hannafy. It's Johnny Dooley instead. Easy one for James McGarry to claim, to clear. Towards John Power this time. Whipped in there by Dennis Byrne. Shefflin. Good blocking. Stalemate. And in the end, there's a foul, and it all gets a little heated. Great rivals, of course. But nothing terribly nasty there. And the referee, Michael Wadding, stepping in again because it erupts a second time, and it looks like Joe Erity and Shefflin in there.
Really, much to do about nothing, really. Should stop it all because they're not going to do anything. They're not going to belt one another, and they're only just causing, you know, the referee's going to take names now.
They might have to bring in Judge Judy to sit on this particular one. The referee is stamping it out instantly. Barry Wheelahan is number 9. Henry Shefflin is the other player involved. And one assumes we're going to have 2 yellow cards.
At the moment, as well, as the Offaly mentioned, they get onto the full forward line. A few balls have gone right into McGarry on his own, knowing within 30 yards, and he's getting turned on time to clear that ball.
So Barry Wheelahan is given the yellow card, and Henry Shefflin as well. And now the referee is basically saying, look, calm down, cut out the nonsense, and start playing hurling. Stephen Byrne. Huge one down, missed by Peter Barry. There was some pushing. Michael Wadding has been very busy in these opening 9 minutes or thereabouts. Dr. Bill Cuddihy in the background. Canis Brennan, the army officer. Free to Kilkenny. Eamon Kennedy has already landed a huge one from some distance. He's got another. Two frees, 2 points, 4-1. Brian Cody, great fullback for Kilkenny in the early 70s. Whatever light breeze there is in this first half is supporting Kilkenny. Johnny Dooley. Little block. That time it was by John Hoyne. It'll be Offaly who will have the sideline cut. You just get the feeling after 10 minutes of play that Offaly and Brian Wheelahan and his team really need to get motoring fairly fast. They can't allow a big gap to develop. Again, steady defence back there by Kilkenny. Belted away by J.J. Delaney, back in by Johnny Dooley, and that is beautifully over the bar. Johnny Dooley second. One from a free, one now from play. This was belted out by J.J. Delaney, but back in rapidly by Johnny Dooley with great assurance.
They're probably one of the best wrist hurlers in the last 10 years, and like midfield really suits well because it's a bit more loose out there.
James McGarry's puck out for Kilkenny. Sweeping it down the field towards John Power. Ger Oakley. That's Philly Larkin. Here comes Kennedy, shouldered by Larkin. And again by Troy. Johnny Dooley. Out towards Gary Hannafy. And they really need to get their forwards going. Johnny Pilkington chasing after this one. But somewhat in vain. Noel Hickey has claimed it. He was fouled, an unfair shoulder charge, and Kilkenny have another free. Johnny Pilkington this time with the number noted by referee Michael Wadding from Waterford. Well, he was coming around the side that time. Kevin Keenan, high up into the air. Simon Wheelahan back. Drop to midfield. Gary Hannafy stumbling. Back it comes towards Andy Comerford and Eamon Kennedy. And Kennedy driving this one, but driving it away to the left. It's not happening for Offaly so far, Cyril.
Not at the moment. It's Simon Whelan now will switch back, corner back across on Charlie Carter. And Rigney's gone right corner, and Brian Whelan's now wing back. Offaly are actually stronger now than they were when they started.
2 against 3 here. Comes back towards Andy Comerford. John Power racing after this one. Beaten for it by Joe Erity. In by Dennis Byrne. Brian Whelan out to Johnny Dooley. Next comes Canis Brennan. Opportunities here. Good drop down by Johnny Dooley. Comerford following up. Out to John Power. And it's a very good shot by John Power. It's a point for Kilkenny. And it's John Power's first. Everything is going nicely for the Cats. John Power here, adding to his tally of 4 goals and 20 points coming into this championship match. He's a very experienced performer playing today for Kilkenny in the championship for the 35th time. Towards Rory Hannafy this time against J.J. Delaney, 2 young players. Bursting out with it here is the fullback Noel Hickey. Up towards DJ Carey. Charlie Carter trying to feed off the crumbs. Sticks going in. Good play here by Brian Wheelahan. Trying to free Joe Erity. Pursued. Still it's Erity over there, the centre half back. They get it back to Charlie Carter. Not exactly going anywhere in much of a hurry. And it'll be a sideline ball to the Cats.
The game so far, Ger, is very frenzied. Everyone is helter-skelter. Just hasn't settled down, and no one has put their mark really on the game.
Peter Barry just waiting for the sliotar to come back to him. Very versatile, very talented performer. Whenever there's been a crisis in the past for Kilkenny, they've been able to slot him into a variety of positions. No great urgency. Barry connects well. Up towards Henry Shefflin. Belted out by Brian Wheelahan, but only as far as Charlie Clark. Good vision to pick out the man at wing back, Philly Larkin, and he's put it over the bar. It's a very impressive looking half back line. Kennedy's got 2 points so far from frees. Larkin's got his first point here. Barry's been on top of the other side, and they all look like they've got their confidence going early on.
They have, Jordan, inside the full forward line. Charlie Carter is kind of the boss at the moment. He really made that point for Larkin.
Andy Comerford putting up that left hand. Here comes Eamon Kennedy. We haven't seen much of either full forward so far in this game, DJ or John Troy. This time it's targeted towards DJ Carey, misses it. Out by Joe Erity to Barry Wheelahan. Once again it's the centre half back. Eamon Kennedy trying to drop hit that one away, partially blocked. Out to Philly Larkin. In towards Charlie Carter this time. Neat control. Very composed. A little block on that. Comes out to Kevin Martin. Twice an all-star. Inside to Johnny Pilkington. Runs on towards John Troy. Hurley broken. Hurley of the fullback that time. Here's John Troy. Oh, what a good block it was. There was a really good chance there. Still in play. And in the end, it's going to be a free for a chop-down foul. Free will be to Offaly. But just for a moment there, it looked like Offaly, and John Troy in particular, were right in there with a glorious goal chance. And J.J. Delaney was the one who blocked it down. Watch this again. Good sequence of play. Watch the number 4 coming across. The young man in his debut saved a certain goal. But Offaly have followed up with a point through Johnny Dooley, and that is his third. He's their only scorer. And that is very worrying at this early stage in the game. I mean, we're halfway through the first half.
Yeah, Joe, but Kilkenny would have whatever little breezes in it, and all the still full forward and Offaly are going way out the field.
Brian Wheelahan struggling. It comes back to Joe Erity, the Burman. Philly Larkin coming onto this one confidently. Nice switch. Bad shot. DJ keeping it in. The goalkeeper out there. And they've got to put one of the other players into goal.
DJ will be happy with that, Joe. It's the first ball he got as such and showed great skill just to not let it go wide. Got the free.
And it'll be Henry Shefflin who will take this free, but watch once again here, DJ pursued by the goalkeeper, Stephen Byrne. And for that foul there, he has had his name recorded. No yellow card, just the number taken. Henry Shefflin, no green helmet. Same act, oh, he's put it wide. That's a bad miss.
That's it off. Angle was hard, but you're expecting to score that.
Well, for a player who was scoring almost for fun last year. 6 points in the Leinster final, 1-3 in the All-Ireland final for Brian Cody. And that full forward line again of Kilkenny starting today. Remember last year in the final, they got 4 goals and 10 points between them. This is a free to Offaly.
At the moment, Johnny Dooley is well on top out there and kind of screaming. He's getting anything that's going his side. Freeze.
Offaly's only scorer so far, hitting this one from the middle of the field, in towards John Troy perhaps. He lobs it in. Rory Hannify breaking it down. They get it out, Philly Larkin gets it away. Dropped out there by Michael Cameron. Out towards Dennis Byrne. Beyond Brian Wheelahan this time. And here comes you-know-who. DJ Carey slipping. Brian Wheelahan trying to get it away from him. Charlie Carter against 3 Offaly players. They win it back and Kevin Martin drop hits it away into space. Here comes Brendan Murphy, but he's way back from his corner forward position. Dealt it in there by Dennis Byrne. Here's Brian Wheelahan. Dennis Byrne one-handed up into the air, can't take it. Andy Comerford instead. Here's Joe Erity, lovely skill. Down towards John Troy. It begins to open up a little bit more. After a tense opening. Nicely forward by Noel Hickey. Here's John Power. Thought about the pass ahead. Gives it instead to DJ. Blocked down. DJ coming again for it. Everybody chasing it after him. Brian Wheelahan. Listen to the crowd rising up to the play of the wing-back for Offaly, former hurler of the year. Offaly in goal.
Offaly should come in after that great save there because they should have been the score for Kilkenny, and Offaly are coming more into the game.
Well, this is what was happening just a few moments ago here. It calms down eventually. Charlie Carter and Simon Wheelahan. And the referee has just been informed by his linesman, who's Ger Harrington from Cork, as to what he has seen. The referee does a check on the watch. The 2 Bonishdoy pacing on the line. Michael Bond and Brian Cody. Good link-up play between linesman and referee here. And I think we're going to get some more yellow cards. It'll be Simon Wheelahan. And it'll also be Charlie Carter. Charlie, who's got 2 points so far in the game.
They're 2 clean hurlers really though, Jerry. They just got tangled up in another. None of these are dirty, so but a yellow card each now to get another one they're gone.
Well, that is the significance of it really, because as you say, there was really no malice involved in what we saw there. But it now gets dangerous if they get another card. There's a blood injury, I think, there, and it's Kevin Martin who's got the blood injury. And as he's a defender, I think it could be Joe Brady who'll come in, because I know that Michael Bond had done his work in advance and decided if Joe Brady was required, he'd be the back who'd come in. And if a forward got a blood injury, it would be Colin Cassidy. So quick substitutions made here. Good use of the new ruling. Good play here by Philly Larkin. Eamon Kennedy. Took a while to attune to the pace of championship hurling last year, but he got better and better and better.
That's true, Jerry. At the moment, the half-back line of Kilkenny are well on top of them. Larkin, Kennedy and Barry. Three of them are kind of thundering out of the ball.
Tough job to come in as a replacement for Pat O'Neill, who was such a hero with Kilkenny fans down the years. Dennis Byrne back towards John Power. Slightly off balance, hitting this one in. Dennis Byrne waited, then came Charlie Carter. Will he go for the point himself? He will. Will he get it? He does.
He's on song today. He's winning them duels and he's going for everything as such. He's got a lot of scores, 3 from play, and he's been fouled and had 1 or 2 as well.
7 points to 3. John Power knocking it in here. It bounced back towards Charlie Carter from the goalkeeper, as it happens, who came to collect this one. Charlie took plenty of steps, got there in the end. 3 from 3 for Charlie Carter. 3 chances, 3 points. Kevin Martin is back into the action once again. Running repairs having been carried out. Here's Canis Brennan, midfield player for Kilkenny. Towards DJ Carey, runs on, Shefflin's off for it. Misses it. Rolled up onto the stick. Cleared out of danger here. Hubert Rigney getting it away. Up to Ger Oakley. Inside here to Johnny Pilkington. Let's fly. Plenty of height, not enough direction. There's an awful lot of talented players playing for Offaly this afternoon, but they've got to get motoring up front. Their forwards have got to get decent possession, and they've got to get on top. Trailing by 4. McGarry directing his puck out towards John Power. Brian Wheelahan trying to clear it out. Dennis Byrne getting it back in for Kilkenny. Towards DJ Carey. Kevin Keenahan under pressure. Supported by Kevin Martin. Out it comes to John Power. Great-hearted player. Inside towards DJ Carey, the multi-talented star of hurling. They don't like the decision. Kevin Keenahan is very furious with that, but it's going to be a free-in to the All-Ireland and Leinster champions. This is John Power. And this is what was happening immediately after that. John Power appears to be down injured. Kevin Keenahan, who had a very torrid time in the All-Ireland semi-final first half last year, but to his credit came back wonderfully well and played an excellent game in the second half against Cork. Phil Cuddihy attending to John Power, and it takes a fairly special injury for him to stay down.
He actually twisted it to hit the ball, Jørn. You'd want to have a shotgun to keep Power down.
Driven by Shefflin and belted over the bar. That's his first point. Plays for the Shamrocks club. It's 8 points to 3. Overall, a fairly satisfactory performance by the All-Ireland champions thus far. Nearly 26 minutes gone. Barry Wheelahan misses this one. Comerford across the field. Shefflin, look how far he's come back out from his corner position. Down by Hubert Rigney. Stopped over there well by Michael Kavanagh. Here's Peter Barry. Up into the air it comes. Eddie Brennan is in for a blood injury for Kilkenny for the next minute or 2. Taken very confidently by Hubert Rigney. Outside to Simon Wheelahan. Down into space. John Troy trying to claim it. Hickey is there as well. Rolled up by Ger Oakley. Gary Hannafy is calling for it. He's just ahead of him. Oakley can't link up with his centre-half forward who's playing on the wings at this stage. All of it helter-skelter. And Kennedy brings some order, restores order to the half-back line. Into DJ Carey. And DJ lets this one fly over the bar. The inside forward line functioning well. They've all scored at this stage, and it is 9 points to 3.
The first time he got away from Keenan, so it's the only time he got out first of the ball, turns sharp. Favourite trick of his ball up and straight over the bar. Doesn't go for the goal or anything, takes the safer option.
Well, you think about all he's done in the past. Incredible, DJ Carey, his 39th championship match. So far he has scored 30 goals and 152 points. That's a total of 242 points in all. An amazing record by an amazing player.
I have to say as well, Ger, at the moment that young Delaney is having a fine game, and so is Hickey and Cabinet. They seem to be just that bit on top, and the Offaly forwards go way out the field. But maybe the breeze that a bit stronger than we think from up here.
I think that block by JJ Delaney on John Troy was very, very significant. There was a goal on there.
Probably set him up for the game as well.
McGarry's free. Down towards John Power. Players calling for it. Shefflin trying to kick it forward that time. And it's Barry Wheelahan instead, the midfielder for Offaly. Johnny Dooley won't come up for him. Wheelahan to help out perhaps. This is Simon Wheelahan. We used to have 3 Dooleys playing, now it's the 3 Wheelahans. Up towards Rory Hannafy. Into space towards Brendan Murphy against Michael Kavanagh. That's neat play by the cornerback. Excellent work by the St. Lockton's man.
John Power is in trouble, Ger. His grind is gone. He's in trouble.
Yeah, he's really struggling. They're going to have to make a change there. Stephen Byrne's clearance towards the midfield. Andy Comerford. It comes out again to Kennedy. He's having an excellent match. Eamon Kennedy hand passing it into space. Shefflin coming. Good movement by the corner forward. He's a strong lad. And it comes down off the post, and it could go anywhere. It's stopped by Byrne as DJ Carey had half a chance. Delaney under pressure here. Gary Hannafy feeding it ahead. John Troy. Murphy calling for it. Offaly needing a score. Stopped. Noel Hickey back there, the fullback for Kilkenny. It comes out again and it's cleared towards Dennis Byrne. Bounces off his stick. Comes back to Andy Comerford. Still 6 points between the teams. Kilkenny's the masters thus far. Out to John Power, who really is hobbling with an injury, and for all that he's put it over the bar, and that might be his final contribution.
Yeah, Jerry's in trouble. He pulled the grind that time. He'll have a sub coming on here, just can't play it.
What an amazing player John Power is. He scored a point earlier on, his leg in real difficulty. Eddie Brennan comes into the match.
Yeah, Jerry, Eddie Brennan goes in corner forward and Shefflin comes out centre forward. Eddie is very, very fast.
I don't know, I mean, John Power could barely move when that ball came out to him. He got it, he drove it superbly over. What a player to have in your squad. That's a great shoulder from Canis Brennan. Assistance coming in here from Eamon Kennedy. Firing it down, Keenahan comes to meet. The clearance, however, goes straight to Peter Barry. On to Canis Brennan. Gary Hannafy's in injury trouble now as well, I can tell you. Play continues. Pressure on the Kilkenny backs. That's Rory Hannafy, stopped however. JJ Delaney is following him everywhere, sticking to his task. And this time there was a foul by Dennis Byrne on Kevin Martin. Well,